Hi there. My name's John Stevens. I'm pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text, time to an item from the Dollar Tree or the junk drawer, or the kids' room, or the garage. You know how we've been doing it. Thank you so much for the love that you're sharing with your kids and your congregations and your families. You are rocking it, my friend. Thank you. You are rocking it. This is for the narrative lectionary, and it is for the 21st of July. And this is the Sunday following the youth gathering. So if many of you, if you were at the youth gathering and maybe you're still traveling home and maybe you're here to you're subbing for someone who normally does the children's sermon. If that's the case, welcome. I'm so glad you are here. If you are after the youth gathering and you're just trying to figure out what to do and you're trying to, you're like, I need some rest. Yeah, so we're looking at that. But this is for, as I think I just mentioned, narrative lectionary. We are looking at, it's the fifth week in the First John series, one of those weeks. But what we're looking at it's First John chapter 5, and I've got my notes like behind my video, and I'm going by memory here, but First John chapter 5. But what I do know for a fact is we are talking about love. What? First John, and we're talking about love. There's love all the way through this letter, and we are looking at the last couple of weeks we've looked at we love because God first loved us, and there's different ways that love is expressed and all of that. And then now here in this section, John, or the author of First John, explores more about how we love. And so we heard, first of all, that we love because God first loved us. But we now hear about we love when we love God. It's like we love God first, and then through that, we love everyone else. It's easy to forget that we heard about, back here we heard that God first loved us. So that's like the first part of this. And then we hear that when we love because we love God, and in loving God, we love everything else. Now, so the direction I'm looking at, and it seems like the author of John is starting in a direction and kind of bringing it out. Like starting off with one description of love, then another description of love, and then a bigger description of love. And about how that ultimately we love God, and in loving God, we then love everything else. And it says it pretty clearly in the text, but that's that direction. So what I'm looking at is 3 photos. And you could do this with your camera, you could do this with your phone, you could print these out where you take, one of the ways of doing this is you're going to take a picture of one thing, and I'm going to pull up a picture. Here we go. This is one of my favorite pictures of Peter, my son. He's now, in October, will be 22. And here he is, I think he's 2. So this is in Juneau when we were serving Resurrection Lutheran in Juneau, Alaska, when I was serving that. And so the direction I'm going is we're going to do 3 different photos. So we're going to, this is going to be the last photo. So the first photo, though, what we're going to do is I am going to, and I have to actually do this a couple of times, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in let me, please hold, as we get here. So I've zoomed in a little bit, but I need to zoom in more. So I zoomed in, I took a screenshot of that, but I'm zooming in more so I get, all right, so we've got the one there, and then I'm going to, okay, there we are. I'm going to, so, all right, I have 3 photos. Let me pull the photos up so we get them, we can start off. I have 3 photos. I'm going to start off with this photo. This photo. So we've got this photo. We see it now. Some of the kids might be able to tell that that's Batman. Yeah. So that looks like the this, in the sky. The calling is like as they look, and we've got the bat signal. Oh, maybe that's the bat signal up in the sky. But wait, we got another photo. I'm gonna pull up the other photo. Oh, here we go. Okay, it's a little further out. So here we see, we can tell that this is probably an outfit. Someone's wearing this outfit. Maybe it's Batman. Maybe Batman is wearing the outfit. Maybe. I don't know, but that's what I can tell. So we got that. Oh, and then here we're gonna go one more photo. Oh, wait a minute. That is actually my son Peter wearing his Batman costume. It's actually his pajamas. But yeah, so he's wearing that. And so we've got the full picture. And so in this, if we started off with just the small picture tells us something. It tells us, we look up and we're like, oh, wow, yeah. It tells us something about the picture, and we learn something about it. That's in the beginning of when John is writing the letter, or the author of John is writing the letter. And now a lot of this, you got to work it into a different language, but we've got the one photo. What does that tell us? Oh, it tells us some things. And so we hear at the beginning of 1 John, we hear about love. And then the next one, we get it expanded a little bit more. And we go, oh, so we learn a little bit more about love. First of all, God is love. We hear at the first. And then the second is, when we love our neighbors, we love God. That's great. And then the next one, the biggest photo that colors it all, we say, when we love God, we love the world. When we love God, that's how we know we love. That our love of God sends us out into the world. And so that picture gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's the direction I'm going. And I love this idea. And so I'm hoping that this can be useful for your own children's sermon. And as you can tell, I'm in Idaho. If you watched the last video, I was in a hotel room, and you could hear it in my voice. I had a cold. I'm pretty much done with that, and I'm heading out this evening, flying back to Portland. Spent some time with my family as we commended my grandmother to Almighty God, and we have a celebration of life. So anyway, so there we are. Thank you again for the love that you're sharing with your kids and your congregations and your families. You, my friend, are rocking it. All right, we'll see you next week. Peace.